The last living American Israeli captured by Hamas during the October 7th attacks is back with his family this morning.
Idan Alexander was returned after being held hostage for 19 months.
Idan is the first hostage to be released since Israel broke the last ceasefire agreement in March. The deal could lay the groundwork for a new ceasefire in Israel. Congressman Greg Landsman is hoping that will happen.
Where we need real leadership. Right now, the administration is spread too thin. They have one person, and Steve Witkoff, negotiating these deals. And you have Trump, who, thankfully got one of the hostages released, we believe. That's a good thing, categorically a good thing. The rest have got to come home.
Congressman Landsman also says he wants to dismantle Hamas. Israel says 58 hostages are still in captivity, but they believe only about 24 are still alive.
And testimony will continue today in the federal trial of rap mogul Sean Combs. And the next witness could be one that everybody has been waiting to hear from. His ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, is expected to testify for the prosecution. She is the woman seen in that now viral surveillance video being kicked and dragged by Combs in a hotel hallway. Ventura is a former singer who is now married and pregnant with her third child. Combs is accused of sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy. The 55-year-old has pleaded not guilty to all charges.
New this morning, a new report reveals the Trump administration spent more than $21 million transporting migrants to Guantanamo Bay. To put the cost into perspective, each hour of flight time for the military aircraft used averaged more than $26,000. That is according to figures recently provided to Congress by the U.S. military. Despite President Trump's promise to detain 30,000 migrants at the naval base, only 32 remain there. In total, fewer than 500 migrants have passed through the facility, and many were later flown back to the U.S.
6:14. It is May 13th, or 513 Day here in Cincinnati, and there are events happening around town in celebration. That includes UC Health's Healthy Hour at Washington Park. There will be free health screenings, yoga classes. The mobile crisis team will be there too. The supervisor tells us it's a great way to learn about services that are available to you.
Giving information on what we can do. I think there are going to be blood pressure screenings. Mobile crisis is going to be there. Just giving people information about what we provide in the community. We go out and we deal with mental health crisis, and that's like a daily thing. And so we'll be down there to talk a little bit about what we do and how we help the community.
The event runs from 5 to 7 tonight at Washington Park. Megan?
6:15, only here on WLWT. A Kentucky high school senior is defying the odds. Isaac Miller is about to graduate next week. This would not be possible without the life-saving care he had at Children's since he was born. And WLWT News 5's Nicole Aponte sat down with Isaac and his mom as they reflect before the big day. Nicole?
Megan, after meeting both Isaac Miller and his mom, Natasha, it is clear that Isaac can handle anything that comes his way. In his 18 years, he's had 47 procedures and surgeries. His mom, Natasha, says it's been a tough road to get here.
I never thought we would get here. Like, I would block myself from thinking of these moments because you never know. We've had so many close calls where I did almost lose him. But thankfully, they always know what to do here.
She thought it would be a full circle moment to come back to Children's and take these graduation pictures to document how far Isaac has come. Natasha found out 6 months into her pregnancy that Isaac had one arm shorter than the other and his tongue was blocking his airway. Doctors put a breathing tube in as soon as he was born. Isaac is nonverbal, has a hearing aid, and has a rare genetic disease that affects the hands, arms, and face. But nothing has slowed him down.
He's so funny. He loves metal music. Like, he's so into music. He's just a kind soul. He's a little nut job behind the scenes, but he's very caring, and I truly don't think he realizes how amazing he is.
Isaac is very excited to graduate from high school on May 23rd. When asked what his favorite subject was, he said Anything But Math will have a full story on Isaac, his mom, the care he received here at Children's later on tonight. Reporting live at Children's, Nicole Aponte, WLWT News 5.
All right, Nicole, thank you. Of course, so much of that credit goes to Isaac himself. He sounds incredible, but also the fact that it was Mother's Day. Good on you, Mom, for pushing him along and getting him to graduate. That's amazing.
Yeah, congrats on graduation. Definitely a team effort there. All right, 6:17. Let's talk about our weather. Randy got a lot back there to go through.
Oh, every day there's at least a shot, right? The good news is I'm not blowing out any of your plans, right? There'll be rain chances. Nothing's totally washed out, but you have to plan ahead and be ready for some delays or inconveniences due to this wet pattern that we are right back into again. So another wet week today and tomorrow. The timing of the rain is actually fairly similar. The mornings are relatively dry. We get toward lunchtime and rain showers start to develop. And then as we head into the afternoon hours, maybe a rumble of thunder in the mix. No severe weather, but chances are good we'll see a little thunder and lightning later on today. Same thing tomorrow. By the evening hours, rain chances fade. Thursday is actually fairly dry during the daytime hours. It might be the best day of the next several, but at night there will be a system rolling through that could bring us some stronger storms kind of closer to midnight. They'll probably be weakening, but there is at least a severe weather threat for us Thursday night. As for Friday, probably more numerous showers and storms, especially in the afternoon and evening. And then there's a little lull in the late evening hours, which is great. We've got baseball, we've got concerts. Getting into late Friday night, there's the potential for either stronger storms or at least some intense rainfall. So the later you're out Friday, the better potential for some heavier rain. And that should be moving out first thing on Saturday morning. This morning, things are relatively quiet. If you look down toward Lexington, rain showers are slowly drifting from south to north. So our first spots to get wet today, aside from a little bit of drizzle this morning, will be our southeasternmost communities. And that could happen as early as 9 or 10 a.m. Let's get to it on the Futurecast. And you can see gray skies early on. Things pretty quiet for the heart of the morning rush hour, which is great. By the mid to late morning hours, rain showers trying to creep into the south and east. And then as we get closer to lunchtime, kind of building back from east to west into much of greater Cincinnati. So right around lunchtime is when your rain chances start to go up. I think as we get into the afternoon, there's the potential maybe for a pocket of thunder or lightning in there. And then tonight, Reds are at home. They're back in town for a 5-1-3 night. Start time tonight, 6:40. Notice there's still some rain around at start time, but it quickly fades away. So they get the game in tonight. If there's a delay, it would be right at the start. And then for tomorrow, for Pete Rose night for the Reds, check it out. The timeline for the daytime rain is pretty similar. Fairly quiet early on. Rain chances start to pick up, especially mid-afternoon, with the possibility of some thunderstorms. But as we get toward 6 and 7 and 8 o'clock, it dries out once again. So the evening, not a washout. Mid-afternoon is probably your best bet for some rain. You can see for Thursday, it would be kind of late Thursday night into Friday morning that we could see a round of storms. Here's your 12-hour forecast. Generally drier up through about noon. Better chances for rain mid-afternoon and early evening, but drying out between about 6 and 8 p.m. Same scenario for tomorrow. Thursday is dry during the day, but could have some storms late night. And then Friday, again, potentially some thunderstorms, especially late night. Those should be moving out early on Saturday morning. All right, Katie, do we have anything slowing down traffic this morning?
Yeah, nothing too big right now. It's got a good drive here on 275 at Kellogg as you make your way out towards the Combsdale Bridge. About normal traffic here for this time of the morning, and that's the case at 7175 at Donaldson. You can see the gray clouds here, but no rain on the roadways below. 275 loop is clear, starting to see those usual slow spots developing on 7175 as you cross 275. Got a new breakdown to report here. It has the right-hand shoulder blocked on 71 north at Ohio 48. Again, we've got another one a little bit further south on the northbound side near 275. Kelly?
All right, Katie, thank you so much. This year, Memorial Day could be a record breaker.
Coming up, just how many people are expected to travel and the top destination spots on the list.
Plus, we are 4 months away. Never too early to start talking about football. The overnight leaks we're learning about ahead of the official NFL schedule release.
You're watching WLWT News 5, leading the way.
WLWT, 45 million people are expected to travel this Memorial Day weekend, even if those trips are a little closer to home.
AAA estimates 39 million of them will be driving.
So please be patient. 3 million expected to fly to their destinations. Around 2 million others will travel by train, bus, or cruise ship. If you do plan to rent a car, be aware Friday before Memorial Day predicted to be the busiest day for car rentals. Factor in that time. The top 2 destination spots: Orlando, Florida, and Seattle, Washington.
All right, the slow announcements of the 2025 NFL schedule continues this morning. Today, we could learn when the Bengals play, as another game is set to be revealed by ESPN. Another couple of games will be revealed tomorrow morning before the rest of the schedule comes out tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We know about 12 games so far, including Chiefs-Chargers Week 1 in Brazil and the NFL season opener with the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday, September 4th. You'll be able to watch that game right here on WLWT. Coming up at 6:30, will Trey stay or will he go? Negotiations are at a standstill between the Bengals and their star defensive end.
How long? Trey Henderson says the team has been silent.
And new charges for the man accused of striking a Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy with his car and killing him, along with a $25 million lawsuit against the city of Cincinnati. We've got the details just ahead.
All right, as we take a look at the forecast for tonight's Reds game, it is a 3-2-1 Tuesday, 6:40 first pitch. And while there will be some areas of rain or even a thunderstorm around this afternoon, in general, as we head towards 7 p.m., that rain threat starts to fade. So minimal threat for a delay. If it's there, it's right at the start. And we'll take a look at what you can expect for Pete Rose night tomorrow night, coming up at 6:30. Right now on WLWT, News 5 today, settling back into daily showers and storms this week. My timeline for today's hours, most likely to see the rain, and a couple opportunities for stronger storms later this week.
Plus, the man charged with intentionally killing a deputy is back in court, what you can expect, and the new accusations a lawsuit is making against law enforcement on his behalf.
Plus, no deal, no trade, no answers. Bengals star Trey Hendrickson says the team has gone silent. Why he says he won't suit up without a raise or a trade.
This is WLWT News 5 today, leading the way.
Bring the umbrella with you again this morning. Not raining heavy right now, but showers and storms are still possible. Good morning, I'm Kelly Rippin.
And I'm Stephen Albritton with Megan Mitchell. Thanks for joining us. It is another weather impact day.
Yes, meteorologist Randy Rico has the timeline for that rain. And Randy, the morning commute should be mostly dry.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of mist or drizzle out there this morning, but you can see nothing significant enough to be picked up on the radar. So the next couple of hours are quiet. Your best bet to get outside is going to be this morning. As we head toward the late morning and lunchtime, rain chances are slowly going to start to creep back in. So a lot like yesterday, wettest time frame is probably right in the middle of the afternoon. Right now, we've got 63 degrees across most of greater Cincinnati. It looks like our temperatures range from about 61 to 66, and we'll head into the mid 70s this afternoon. So it will be a bit muggy. It'll also turn wet. So let's take a look. It is a weather impact day. Generally drier through the morning. As we creep toward the lunch hour, your midday showers get started and maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder into the afternoon. We are not anticipating severe weather today, and by the evening, rain chances slowly start to fade toward about 7 o'clock or so. So as we take a look, drier generally through the morning. Better chance for rain or thunderstorms in the afternoon, but it quiets down into the evening. So your evening plans are not totally washed out. We'll talk about the timeline for tomorrow for Pete Rose night for the Reds coming up. Katie, how are the roads looking?
Yeah, so we're starting to see some slowdowns here. We don't have any crash reports right now. I did see a report that police were present on the road, so maybe there's some sort of a breakdown or maybe a fender bender here as you head 7175 north near Buttermilk. Traffic here looking a little bit less heavy than what we were seeing even just 5-10 minutes ago. So that may have started to clear up. You can see there's stop and go traffic as you head past Buttermilk to around Dixie Highway. So watch for that. It's usually slow this time of the morning, but that is a little bit heavier than what I would normally expect. Places out towards the Carol Cropper Bridge also running a bit slow as you cross the Ohio River there due to construction. Otherwise, you've got a pretty decent drive through 275. Guys, back to you.
All right, Katie, thank you. Well, today, the man charged with intentionally hitting and killing a Hamilton County deputy with his car will be arraigned on new charges. This comes as a federal lawsuit filed on his behalf levels new accusations against law enforcement. WLWT News 5's Richard Childs live for us at the courthouse downtown. Richard, what can we expect in the case of Rodney Hinton Jr.?
Well, Hinton Jr. expected to be arraigned this morning, 9 a.m. He'll also be in court on Friday. This comes following that indictment we talked about last week, being charged with multiple charges, including that felonious assault and that aggravated murder. Now, if today's appearance anything like we have seen in the past, tension certainly going to be high. The last court appearance, we saw a man claiming to be Hinton Jr.'s brother escorted out of the courtroom following a confrontation last week. There's now a federal lawsuit filed on Hinton Jr.'s behalf, criticizing what happened during his initial court appearance. Now you can see how officers filed the courtroom. This lawsuit claims it violated Hinton Jr.'s civil rights. Now that suit also claims that Hinton Jr. showed signs of being abused while in custody. It was filed by a woman named Antoinette Holloway and says Hinton Jr. was, quote, subjected to physical abuse in the courtroom and intimidation that violated his civil rights and constitutional protections. Now, we have reached out to the city of Cincinnati as well as Cincinnati police in regards to that $25 million lawsuit. No word back from the department or from the city of Cincinnati. Of course, Hinton does face the death penalty case if he is found guilty in these charges. Reporting live this morning, Richard Childs, WLWT News 5.
Richard, thank you. As for the deputy who was killed, Larry Henderson, his name is now etched into stone next to the names of other fallen officers. Cincinnati Police Chief Terry Thigi spoke about him during a ceremony yesterday to honor those who have died in the line of duty.
We recommit ourselves to love, to compassion, and to rejecting the darkness of hate. When we wear this badge, we see no state lines, no department logos, and no division. What we see is one family standing shoulder to shoulder.
Henderson's family was also in the crowd for yesterday's memorial ceremony. And you can learn much more about Deputy Henderson and read our full coverage of this developing story on WLWT.com and our news app.
6:34, we are working to learn the name of the man who was recovered from a Campbell County lake after an hours-long search for a missing boater. Police say the man came to A.J. Jolly Park around 11 o'clock Sunday night, likely to night fish. Workers discovered his boat flipped over on the lake yesterday morning. Around 4 o'clock, search and rescue teams did recover a body. They believe it is the man they were looking for, but they haven't shared his name at this point.
And new overnight, President Trump is in Saudi Arabia, kicking off a 4-day trip to the Middle East. This here is video we got in this morning of him arriving just before 3 o'clock. Saudi's Crown Prince welcomed the president as he walked out of the plane there. The two leaders are set to talk about the United States' efforts to dismantle Iran's nuclear program, end the war in Gaza, and reduce oil prices. There is speculation that President Trump could announce a major arms sale to Saudi Arabia today. This just a day after the White House unveiled a $1.4 billion weapons deal to the United Arab Emirates. That's where the president is also set to visit this week.
No trade and no deal. And according to Trey Hendrickson, not even a text back. Can you imagine getting left on red like that? The Bengals star edge rusher is sounding off, saying he and his agent have heard zero from the team since the NFL draft, and that includes the coaching staff. In a statement to ESPN, Hendrickson says talks have gone completely silent despite previous efforts to work things out. Quote, rather than collaborating to bring me back, they're no longer communicating. This time last year, Hendrick actually did report to voluntary workouts, trying to be a good player, good student, good teammate, and be there for his teams, but still no contract extension. It seems he's drawing a line of no return without a raise or a trade. Remember, the Bengals took edge rusher Shamar Stewart with their top pick in the draft and signed Higgins and Chase to those big-time deals for the wide receivers. So Trey just wants what he feels he's earned as the reigning NFL sack leader. Our sports team will be bringing you updates throughout the day as off-season voluntary workouts continue. Sports director Charlie Clifford will join us with an update at 5 p.m. our evening shows here on WLWT. Hopefully we'll get to hear from Zach Taylor about what's going on here. Okay, whether you like it or not, the cicadas are back.
It's kind of like the sound of summer. It just kind of gets you in the mood there. The critters are starting to emerge for summertime. What you need to know about this season's brood.
As we take a look at the radar, you can see a lot of the rain off to our south and east. It's drifting in our direction, so grab the umbrella before you head out this morning. You probably won't need it in the morning hours, but by the afternoon, the return of rain and storms. I have the hour-by-hour outlook for today and tomorrow's thunderstorm threat and the possibility of severe weather before the weekend coming up in News to Go. a.m. on this weather impact day. And though it's quiet right now on the radar, it's not going to stay that way all day. Let's kind of break down today's timeline. In the morning, generally dry here early, but there could be a few showers by late morning. Into the afternoon, that's your best bet for rain showers or a rumble of thunder. And by the evening, our rain showers should quickly be fading away. We'll take a look at the hour-by-hour timeline for the next few days of rain coming up in News to Go. Stephen.
Randy, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Happy now, like it or not, they are crawling back out of the ground, that is.
That is true. Cicadas have returned to Greater Cincinnati, and some of you have already spotted that first wave.
So this round belongs to Brood 14, the 17-year cicadas making their grand entrance after nearly 2 decades underground. They are most likely to emerge first on the east side of town. Don't expect that full-on bug invasion we saw a few years ago. Experts say Brood 14 won't be as thick in our region this time around, but the buzz is definitely building.
What we're seeing with Brood 14 is it's very scattered. Land use in particular, deforestation for agriculture and urbanization has wiped out cicada pockets. So you're going to see dense numbers here and here and here, but not widespread over the entire eastern half of the city.
So places like Miramont and Madeira, Loveland as well are likely to see them. So think east of the 71 corridor. They will be around for about the next 6 weeks. All right, coming up in News to Go.